Why post the photo? If you don't want the likes, the comments, the thirst, the simps, the haters, all of the above, don't post the photo. You post that, you're looking for all of the comments.
What happens when a WNBA player cares more about Instagram likes than making layups? Just ask Angel Reese. Her latest stunt has even her fans face-palming so hard they forced her to do the unthinkable. But while Reese is busy breaking the internet, and not in a good way, Caitlin Clark is breaking records in the gym. Here's a wild thought. What if Reese spent as much time on her game as she does on her selfies? Instead, she's strutting down red carpets, ranting about her salary, and deleting her social media in shame. Yeah, you read that right. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here looking like Rocky Balboa in a basketball jersey. She's grinding in the gym, perfecting her craft, and somehow still finding time for charity work. Two players to very different paths. Trust me, you won't believe what Sue Bird had to say about this mess. Let's break it down.
Really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples.
You know what's wild? While one WNBA rookie is busy hitting the delete button on her social media, another is busy deleting her competition on the court. Let's talk about the tale of two off-seasons, shall we?
Like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger.
First up, we've got Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie, who seems more interested in living up to that nickname than improving her inside game. Her latest stunt, rocking a mocha-coloured animal print gown with a slit so high it could probably block shots better than she can. But guess what? That little fashion show didn't go over so well with her fans.
How can you wear that and also complain and post it and also complain that you don't like being sexualized? What is the take here?
You know, it's funny. I just did another show right before this one, and we talked about how this younger generation just wants to cry and be victims about everything, right?
Yep, you heard that right. Reese's Instagram account went poof faster than her hopes of being the next big thing in the WNBA. Why? Because apparently some folks thought her New Year's Eve outfit was a bit too spicy for a professional athlete. But don't worry, Reese fans. She's still serving looks on TikTok and Twitter because priorities. Right.
I understand. You want to wear it. You feel great about it. You got a great body. You play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything. I mean, have you seen some of her TikTok posts? Like, she's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. You can literally see all of her business there outlined in blue wax. And I'm like, oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are. I mean, what are you going to do?
Here's the thing. While Reese is busy lip-syncing to songs about how fabulous she is, her critics are singing a different tune. They're saying her social media presence is all about fashion and personal branding, with basketball taking a back seat. It's like she's trying to be a Kardashian with a jump shot. Except the jump shot part seems optional.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
Now, let's flip the script and talk about Caitlin Clark. You know, the one who's actually living up to the hype. Sure, she's doing some off-court activities to a little charity work here, a round of golf there. But guess where she spends most of her time in the court, folks? Shocking, I know. What if I told you Clark's off-season routine could make even seasoned pro athletes break a sweat? While Reese is perfecting her pose, Clark's perfecting her game. We're talking intense workouts, skill drills, and yes, actual basketball. Novel concept, right?
Got a new coach who's going to give you new looks, new game plans. You've got another year with Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull. And then you've got the moves that the Fever can make in the offseason, whether it be free agency or the draft, to bolster the roster.
Clark's not just working on her already impressive shooting accuracy. She's getting stronger, developing a mid-range floater, and improving her left-hand game. It's like she's building a basketball empire while Reese is busy building a house of cards with Instagram posts. But hey, maybe Reese just needs some advice from a WNBA legend. Oh, wait.
Now they're in that world. And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle.
You know what's wild? While Angel Reese is busy trying to break the internet, Sue Bird just dropped a truth bomb that might break Reese's entire career. Yep, you heard that right. The WNBA legend recently stepped into the ring, and she's not pulling any punches. Let's be real for a second. When Sue Bird speaks, everyone listens. And this time, she's got some advice that's got everyone wondering. Is she trying to save Reese's career or predict its downfall?
Your vehicle to Angel Reese has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlyn ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part doesn't fall off.
Bird didn't name names, but she might as well have been staring straight at Reese when she compared athletes' personal brands to their on-court performance. She even brought LeBron James into the mix, pointing out how King James never misses a workout despite his massive off-court commitments. It's like she's holding up a mirror to Reese and asking, see the difference, but wait, there's more. Bird's warning isn't just about missing a few gym sessions. She's talking about the big picture, the long game. You know, the stuff that actually matters in a pro athlete's career. She's basically saying, hey, keep your eye on the ball, not the camera.
It's a balance. You have to find that balance. But when you look at some of the other athletes, particularly men, who've set a little bit of a blueprint in terms of the business and the sport, you never see LeBron miss a workout.
Now let's connect the dots. While Bird's dropping these pearls of wisdom, where's Reese? Oh, you know, just busy with red carpet appearances, podcast interviews, and complaining about her salary. It's like she's auditioning for Real Housewives of the WNBA, instead of focusing on becoming an actual WNBA player. Here's the thing, Bird's not just blowing smoke, there's a reason she's a legend. And it's not because of her Instagram following. She's seen what happens when players lose focus on the game. Spoiler alert, it ain't pretty. We're talking shorter careers, fading skills, and a one-way ticket to remember when status.
A lot of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here, and I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the basket.
Guess what happens when you prioritize your media visibility over your layup? Your layup starts looking like it belongs on TikTok, not in the WNBA. And believe me, Reese has a long blooper reel online, and that's exactly what Bird's warning about. But surely Reese is still all about basketball, right? Well, about that. When was the last time you saw a training montage from the Bayou Barbie that wasn't heavily edited? Let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with building your brand. But when your brand starts overshadowing your game, that's when the alarm bells should start ringing. But how about Caitlin Clark? What is he up to? We'll get to that in a bit. You know what they say, when the big dogs start barking, you better listen. And boy, are they barking up Angel Reese's tree right now. It's not just Sue Bird sounding the alarm anymore. We've got a full-on chorus of critics, and they're not exactly singing racist praises.
She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy, showing up there.
Let's start with Dave Portnoy, the Barstool Sports big cheese. He's not known for mincing words, and he certainly didn't hold back when it came to our favourite spotlight, chasing baller. Portnoy went off on what he called Reese's classless behaviour. But what's got him so riled up?
Her first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie? Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just in the gym.
Ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about you got me wound up.
Here's the deal. Portnoy is not buying what Reese is selling. He's sick of seeing her face everywhere but on the court. You know those red carpet appearances, the endless social media posts, the whole look at me routine. Portnoy's point fans want to see ballers ball, not influencers influence. He's basically saying, hey, Angel, how about you focus on your jump shot instead of your photo shoots? But wait, there's more. Just when you thought Reese might catch a break, in walks Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Shaq's not just any critic. He's an LSU legend, Reese's mentor, and a guy who knows a thing or two about balancing on court dominance with off-court fame. So when Shaq speaks, people listen and what he said. Ouch.
You know who you are? You're the female Antoine Jameson. You know who Antoine Jameson is? He got 20,000 points with his shot. Whatever your shot is. Like, everybody's shot ain't gonna be Steph Curry. Your shot is your shot.
For those who don't speak fluent NBA history, that's not a compliment. Jameson was talented, sure, but he never quite lived up to the superstar hype. Shaq's basically saying Rice is all sizzle, no steak, a role player masquerading as a superstar. Now, you'd think with all this heat, Rice would be hitting the gym right, proving the haters wrong. Well, guess again. The only thing Rice seems to be working on is her social media game, those heavily edited three-point shot videos. Yeah, they're not fooling anyone, Angel.
When she was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1% from the field.
Here's the thing. No one's saying Reese can't have a life outside of basketball, but when your off-court antics, start overshadowing your on-court performance. That's when you've got a problem. And right now, Reese is problem central. You know what real dedication looks like? Caitlin Clark's about to show us all. While some players are busy chasing clout and red carpet moments, Clark's out there chasing greatness. And let me tell you, her off-season routine is no joke.
Just come out here and try to, play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what comes with it.
Now you might be thinking, come on, is she really working that hard? Well, it's even more intense than you'd imagine. Clark's not just hitting the gym, she's transforming it into her personal basketball lab. We're talking strength training that would make pro athletes wince, shooting drills that could wear out a machine, and scrimmages that look more like championship games than practice sessions. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's not just putting in the hours, she's getting surgical with her skill development. She's lasering in on specific areas of her game that will take her from great to unstoppable.
You guys saw this workout. This workout has gotten a lot of people excited for Caitlin Clark because she is like directly working on her weaknesses, which I think is a good look, honestly. I think that's a really, really good look for her because, again, when we're seeing somebody working on their weaknesses and not the glamorous weaknesses.
First up, ball handling in tight spaces. Caitlin Clark's already a magician with the ball, but let's not ignore the fact that she led the league in turnovers last season, a big part of that. Her teammates were adjusting to her jaw-dropping next-level passes, ones that even they didn't see coming. And while things improved after the Olympic break, there's no denying the intense ball pressure she faces. Double and triple teams are practically a nightly ritual for her by sharpening her control under pressure. Clark is tackling this challenge head-on. Next, the mid-range game. This is a major upgrade. Everyone knows about Clark's legendary logo, threes, and her ability to dominate at the rim. Last season, she shot an absurd 62% within 5 feet of the basket. But that mid-range shot, it's been her one vulnerability, and opponents have exploited it by forcing her into those looks. Now she's countering. Adding a reliable floater and pull-up jumper to her arsenal makes her even more lethal and nearly impossible to guard. Finally, Clark's working on finishing through contact. She's never shied away from driving to the basket, but the WNBA physicality is a whole different beast. It's not just about skill, it's about bracing for the bumps, shoves and hits that come with life in the paint. By simulating game day physicality and building her strength, Clark's preparing to take the punishment and still finish strong. Here's the scary part. This isn't just a workout routine. Clark's not maintaining her game. She's leveling it up. She's addressing her weaknesses with laser focus. And the implications are downright terrifying for her opponents. Imagine this a Caitlin Clark, who thrives against double teams, who has a reliable mid-range game to complement her deep threes, and who can absorb contact while finishing at the rim.
She's back in her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball, and it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league after the Olympic break.
Pair that with her endless range and her pinpoint quarterback-level passes, and you're looking at an unstoppable force. It's like giving Superman immunity to kryptonite on top of flight, heat vision, super speed, and unmatched strength. Next season, defenders better be ready for the nightmare. Caitlin Clark is about to unleash.
So you're starting from a very high place, but as Michael Jordan once famously said, right, the ceiling is the roof. And there really is no ceiling on Caitlin Clark's game because of her vision. I think the thing that stands out the most to me is her court vision. And when you're able to shoot from deep the way she's able to shoot from deep.
Now, you might be wondering, surely all this training comes at a cost, right? There's no way she has time for anything else. Wrong, dead wrong. Clark's not just working on her game, she's building her brand the right way, and by right way. I mean, she's not forgetting what got her here in the first place. Her love for the game and her fans, while she's putting in those long hours in the gym. Clark's also making time for charity work and fan engagement. She's not just posting thirst traps or starting Twitter beef. She's out there making a real difference, and the best part, she's doing it all without compromising her training. It's like she's discovered the secret to adding extra hours to the day.
There is really nothing you can do as a defense but hope the ball doesn't go in the basket. That's the level of greatness that Caitlin Clark can get to, where the defense's only hope is that she misses.
But wait, there's more. Clark's not afraid to share her journey with her fans. Her social media isn't just a highlight reel of glamour shots. It's a window into her grind. She's showing the world what it really takes to be great, and fans are eating it up. It's not just about the flash, it's about the substance and
the amount of people that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is, or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real opportunity here.
So, what does all this mean for the future of the WNBA? Well, let's just say Clark setting a new standard. She's showing that you can build your brand and still keep basketball as the main thing. It's not about choosing between being a great player and being a marketable star. It's about being both, but always putting the game first. Let's be real, folks. While Angel Rice is busy chasing the spotlight, Caitlin Clark is out there building an empire. You know what's wild? Rice is off. Season has been a whirlwind of red carpets and media appearances, but at what cost? Meanwhile, Clark's quietly putting in the work, becoming the player. We all know she can be.
More people can get out and watch the W or watch the college game or whatever it is, the better it's going to be for the future of the game.
Here's the thing. Longevity in the WNBA isn't about how many Instagram followers you have. It's about showing up day after day and proving your worth on the court. Clark's got her eyes on the prize while Rice, well, let's just say her priorities might need a little adjusting. Guess what? The 2025 season is going to be a real eye-opener. We'll see who's got staying power and who's just a flash in the pan. One thing's for sure, I can't wait to see how this all plays out because there are 5 games between the Fever and the Sky next season. Any predictions? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen and we will see you in the next one.